Jackson.
I got to tell you, Steph, I watched that last night at home alone on my couch, and it got a little, it was like I was chopping some onions. They just
Me too.
wafted in, man, you know.
I
Stephanie.
felt out of shape and sad. That boy does Taekwondo blindfolded, and I'm sitting on my couch weeping.
Stephanie, thank you very much. I appreciate it. See you in a bit. I'm Hallie Jackson in Washington, where this morning the president is preoccupied, apparently, taking his attention on the attack again, with the senior senator firing back with you. Boy, the president has been up and tweeting this morning, and we will see him in just about 2 hours from now when he heads out onto the White House South Lawn, maybe taking some questions. Bazillions more followers than I do. You talk about this being a strategy, Bob, to go after Kristen. Thank you. Let me bring in Bob here. And Bob, Senator Isaacson could not have been more clear about how he felt about the president's attacks on his late friend, John McCain, writing, I just want to lay it on the line that that is going to resonate with the president or not. Is that going to be an effective strategy, do you think? It's always a pleasure to have you on. I'll see you next week on your program, my friend. Thank you. On the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue, you have two top Democrats accusing the president and his allies of stonewalling. Talk through some of what you heard, Eliza, because it doesn't look like Nancy Pelosi is giving 1 inch when it comes to this issue of impeachment. Could that be because there is a broader thinking inside the Democratic Party that this Mueller report, which is highly anticipated, is not going to be everything that some Democrats think it's going to be? We can talk more about some of the Mueller-related piece of it later in the show. Shannon and Anita, stick around for that. Eliza Collins, congratulations on your exclusive, and thank you for coming on with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up, we may be getting closer to that. So Joe Biden hasn't told us he's running for president, but he's apparently telling a bunch of other people. The Wall Street Journal reports. Mike, you have the distinction, I should say, of being our NBC News Biden whisperer. I don't know if you like that nickname or not, but it's sort of stuck. What do we know as of 10:18 Eastern time this morning? What is Biden going to do, and more importantly, when? Because, Corinne, there's this interesting piece out from Politico today talking about how world leaders, right? And I'm curious what you think of it, especially considering, like, you don't just get to be president and then get rid of the Electoral College, right? It's not that simple.
Is really going to try to get it. It's beyond Donald Trump, though. Remember when
number of hot button issues that come up. You can look. I'm sure this is not the last discussion we will have. This morning, NBC News has learned more about a mysterious court filing from the special counsel. And it could be a hint about what the week has in store for all of us. So here's the deal, right? The Washington Post put in this for U.S. attorney. So press of other work, like perhaps this report that everybody's expecting to get turned over to the AG. 10. Yes. And you heard from actually the special counsel spokesperson, who very rarely talks to the media. Peter Carr doesn't give out a lot of statements, but he's given out one to you. And because of the type of attorney, right, the people who are involved in this, that's another kind of hint. Explain that. Well, let me check here, which I think is where you were going, because there's a new story out that caught our attention about Mueller memorabilia, people naming their dogs. And yet, in the meantime, the Washington waiting game continues. Ken Delaney and Chuck Rosenberg, thank you both for being on. I appreciate it. It's good to see you both on set, by the way. Coming up, Donald Trump Jr.'s mess. So this morning, the unelected, non-office holding son of a politician is weighing in on another country's internal politics. We're talking about Donald Trump Jr. as he is talking about bottom line on Brexit. Negotiations have failed so far. There is no plan in place, which led May to formally ask this morning for a 3-month delay. But TJ's op-ed. Why we don't often see Donald Trump Jr. writing like this, putting out these op-eds. He's getting some pushback already from British politician and member of Parliament David Lammy, who says, surrogate, as you know from your time covering him on the midterms, but on foreign policy, there is a question of what kind of creds he has. Children are in the news this morning. This new book out from Vicky Ward, writing about Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, and they're running, and I want you to watch. My sources, Shannon, some serious skepticism, false information, not focusing on the incredible work Jared and Ivanka are doing for the country. But I've heard from that Jared Kushner is going to, like, solve Middle East peace. Really? And Catherine, before I let you go, you have some new reporting yourself on Jared Kushner and his push departure later on this afternoon. Thank you much, my friend. Anita, Shannon, still hanging out because one big question. So there's new fallout this morning from that huge college admissions cheating scandal that people are. It's so great to see you, especially on this question, because in my own conversations in my personal life, one thing that I keep hearing is what happens to those students? What happens to the students who are in school who were caught up in this because of their parents?
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of these schools are.
Okay, so USC talked about how maybe they'd revoke admission, possibly expel students. Those are among the options. What happens if these students have already graduated and are out of school at this point? That is for sure. Joe, great job staying on that story. I appreciate you joining us from West Coast, Best Coast. Thank you.
Sure.
New fundraising numbers today. More on that and what our sources are saying. Now to get a look at what our sources are saying, Anita Kumar and Shannon Pettypiece are back. Interesting. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. Anita Kumar, Shannon Pettypiece, it's great to see you both. Thanks for coming on set. Much more to come all day long. I'm heading over to the White House, so I will see you in a little bit for that departure by the president. 1 hour, 10 minutes. We'll see if he answers any questions. Chris Jansing, I know you will be eagerly watching to see.
Hallie Jackson, good morning. I am.